For the sign of Leo, hello and welcome to my channel. So Leos, your advice, we have honor, and on the flip side of honor, it reads, care for your soul, honor the divinity within you by practicing self-care. And honor is paired with true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. So this is really simple and easy. Practice soul care by practicing self-care. So take care of yourself. Eat right, exercise, do all the boring things that people hate to do just to have a healthy mind and a healthy body. So honor yourself by doing those things, doing what's right for you. That's practicing self-love, practicing self-care, and then you'll experience true healing, especially when you give yourself permission to feel what's ever triggering you. So if you put honor, if you practice honoring your soul with self-care, and then you allow to heal things within yourself by feeling whatever you're feeling that triggers you. Some people will try to bury some feelings that are uncomfortable. They'll try to bury it or just sweep it up under the rug. But true healing, it's saying that it will occur if you allow yourself to feel whatever is triggering you. So don't bury it. Just deal with it. Deal with it the best way you know how, or another way that you think will allow healing that's safe. So honor and then heal. That's what we have for your advice today, Leo. Now let's move on over. Let's take a look at the recent past. So in the recent past, we have Judgment and Six of Wands. So Judgment is about jumping to conclusions, making decisions and judgments too hastily. So if you know you were prone to doing this in the recent past, it would have been important for you to give people more chances and give things more thought. You could have been feeling really spiritual at that time also. When Judgment talks about love and relationships, it's a make or break period. So you're probably going through something like that in the recent past. It would have been a time for you to get really clear on what you wanted out of life and out of your relationships, and then take steps to make it come about. And if there's some single Leos out there listening, if you were single in the recent past, there could have been a new relationship that probably came along or was about to happen, but you needed to take steps to make sure that you weren't jumping to conclusions about this person, whether positive or negative. And just know that slow and steady probably would have won this race, or the race that you were in with that person. Now that's Judgment, and it's paired with Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is about victory. If you were anxious about a court proceeding, or you wanted to win your lover's heart in the recent past, you would have been victorious, or you were victorious. This Six of Wands is about celebrations. You also could have been a part of a graduation parties or commencement celebrations, or maybe you received some type of reward, maybe for good work that you had done in the recent past. This Six of Wands, it makes you feel really good, really good. It's all about celebrations. You could have felt that you had a whole lot of support from a lot of people around you. On the other hand, you could have adored someone else by where adoring them made you feel amazing. I hope you can see the picture. It's an interesting picture. This lady, it looks like she's on the stage and she's got all these people surrounding her. They're cheering her on and she's loving it. She's got her hands up in the air. This is kind of like that twin flames energy. Six of Wands. It's about needing someone to boost your ego. While on the other hand, the other person, they're fine doing the boosting and the admiring. This is called fire balance. The two of you feed off of each other energetically. Like I said, it's a twin flame energy. With the Six of Wands, you can expect a whole lot of sexual chemistry, sexual energy. Six of Wands, it means that there's a lot of passion there and long nights spent in bed, and probably not by yourself, if you get what I mean. So for the recent past, Leo, we have someone that you probably had a great, fantastic, wonderful, passionate, hot, magnetic time with. It could have been your soulmate. It could have been a twin flame. You felt victorious with this person. And if it wasn't a person, it was a situation. It made you feel really good about yourself and everything else. Yeah, it was a great feeling for you in the recent past, Leo. And with this Judgment card, because you were probably prone to jumping to conclusions about this situation or this connection, it caused it to be at a make or break period. So you could have lost this person really easy. Just because maybe you didn't give certain situations more thought. But it was a great experience for you. I don't know if it lasts that long, because you or your person jumped to a lot of conclusions. And like I said, if it's not a person, it was a situation that was great, but it didn't last long. So that's what we have for the recent past. Now let's move on over. Let's take a look at the present time for you. In March, Leo, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Wands. Now the Wheel of Fortune, it reminds us that this too shall pass. Whether it's good times or bad times, it's gonna pass. If you find yourself sitting on top of the world in March, or it could be at the end of March or sometime around there, if you find yourself sitting on top of the world, keep your perspective, because that's going to pass too. Just like everything else, it changes. So make sure you live in the now and count your blessings, and just realize that much of life is really outside of our control. It's outside of your control. But just know that that's okay too. Roll with any changes and just think positive. Now, this Wheel of Fortune, it's paired with the Ten of Wands, where you could be feeling as though you're carrying a heavy burden. You may need to look hard and see if there are any ways that you might lighten your load, either literally or figuratively. If you look carefully, you'll probably also see that a lot of this burden that you're feeling or carrying, it actually belongs to someone else. So you might want to give it back if you can. It's going to be important for you to pace yourself in the month of March, and don't try to take on too much. If you can see this picture, it's really interesting. This man, he's got these wands he's carrying. He's walking forward, but he's about to fall backwards. So you could be feeling that way in March, Leos. But just know it's going to pass. It's not going to stay that way. You got some type of heavy burden coming up in this month of March. Like I said, it could go into April. Something's going to make you feel real heavy, like you got a rough time, or you're in a rough time. But the good news, you got the Wheel of Fortune. It's not going to last for long. Nope. There'll be a turning point. And it will probably pull you out of this Ten of Wands really, really sudden. So that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing for you. Because this man really looks like he looks like he can't take it for much longer. You know, without just falling backwards. And we don't want that to be you. So let's move on over. Let's take a look at your challenge for March. We have the Eight of Wands. And it's paired with the Chariot. Now the Eight of Wands, it's about possibly a lot of things being up in the air. You could be frustrated and you feel tired of waiting. But with the Eight of Wands, it's showing you gotta be patient a while longer. You're gonna have to just wait. We probably have done all that you can do. Now decisions, they have to be made by other people. When this card appears, as it is, nothing seems to be moving ahead. So don't try to force things. Make sure you don't do that. And I say that because if you try to force things, it will likely backfire on you. Sometimes our actions, they're all in the wrists. They're all in the wrists. And all you can do is put your best out there and see where it lands. You've put your best out there, so just wait. That's all you can do. And it's interesting because it's paired with a Chariot. And the Chariot is about a lot of energy. And it's not a free-for-all energy. It's directed, it's controlled, and it has a goal in mind. You could you're probably fairly clear on what your hopes and dreams involved and what you're willing to do to make them come true. Now, this card is about determination and ambition. It's about getting things done, testing and proving that you've got what it takes. This is a sign that you should move forward. You should. With whatever you have in mind and in your heart, and give it your best shot. Remember, with this Chariot, you're going to have to use both your intellect and your heart in order to truly, truly be successful. So, for the challenge, there's something that you want to move forward with. And you're ready. You've already got it mapped out. You've got it planned in. You've got it written out. It's in your head and it's in your heart. And you're ready to go for it now. But with the Eight of Wands, you can go for it, but it's not going to land until later. Much later than you want. So there's something you're going for really fast and you're ready. You're ready to take action. It looks like you did. But it's just stuck it's just stuck in the air. It's stuck there. Nothing's coming down. So you pretty much went fast for nothing. Or you, just so that you know, you're going to go fast. That's something you want to go fast at. But you're rushing pretty much for nothing, because it's going to take a while for things to actually happen or to come down, or for you to find out anything. So it's up to you. Go ahead and rush, but just know that you're going to have to wait for whatever it is you're trying to do, or whatever it is you want to happen fast. There's going to be a waiting period. So who knows, maybe it's communication. Maybe you want to talk to somebody and you got everything you want to say. You got it all mapped out and planned out and written down, and now you're finally ready. But for some reason, you're going to have to wait just to get a response or something like that. That's going to be your challenge, Leo. So let's move on over. Let's take a look at the outcome. We have the World card, and it's paired with the Seven of Swords. Now, the World card is about completion. You've worked really hard, and you're almost to the finish line in some way, so just don't quit now, because I say that you're so close. You are so close, and you might feel like giving up. You're probably in need of some rest and relaxation. Go ahead and take it, because it looks like we got this Eight of Wands there we just talked about. There's going to be a waiting period. Just know, though, you're getting really close to who you are at your deepest levels, or what you're trying to do. You're really close. There's a good chance that you're probably working really hard and you're not getting as much recognition as you'd like, and maybe not as much money as you'd like. So if this is the case, make sure you toot your own horn, blow your own horn, just so that the powers that be don't accidentally overlook your many positive accomplishments. Now, this World card is paired with the Seven of Swords. Now, someone is stalking you. Someone is watching you. Someone. They could be behaving with less than ethical intentions. This card, it also means someone could be prying into someone's life where they don't belong. Now, if you sense that someone is spying on you, you could be right. And if you're tempted, Leos, if you're doing this, if you're tempted to dig through someone else's life, unless it's that of your minor child who has given you cause for concern, you just might want to resist that impulse, because we all know everyone deserves privacy. So for your outcome, Leos, for March, or it could be after March, just remember these readings, the time is fluid. It just depends on the energy. You got the World card for your outcome and the Seven of Swords. So someone is, well, it looks like you completed a cycle with someone. At least you thought you did. But it looks like they still want to know what you're up to. This could be an ex, it could be a family member. Someone still wants to keep tabs on you. And you thought it was done. So I'm picking up you probably don't even know about it. Or maybe you do. Yeah. You know, or you thought you could, the cycle was done. You thought this was over with this person. But they still keep tabs on you. Or is this you, Leo? Are you keeping tabs on someone that that possibly ended it with you? Or you completed a cycle with someone and you still drive by their house just to see if you could see them through the window? Is this you, Leo? Well, anyway, the cycle has completed, but someone still wants to know. So, this is a pretty interesting reading. Nothing really bad for March. It looks like you got a heavy burden, but that's not going to stay for long, because you got the Wheel of Fortune. And then you got, but there's something you're trying to do, and you're ready for it to happen, but it's not going to happen fast. It's going to take a while. Maybe not until, maybe it could take a couple of months for things to for you to finally see results. It could take a while. It's just up in the air. And then you completed some type of cycle and someone still wants to, maybe they still want to make it happen. Or this could be you. So maybe it's someone from the past. Because we talked about this Six of Wands where there was some type of great chemistry with someone. And when the chemistry is that great and the passion is really hot, people remember that stuff. So, could be somebody from the recent past that's eventually trying to make a return, or they're thinking about those good times that you two had. Yeah, because it didn't last long. Remember, someone was jumping to conclusions. So, I'm picking up, this could be that person. Yeah, so you thought that cycle ended, but they still got those thoughts and memories on their mind, and they're keeping tabs on you. So maybe they'll show up in the next reading.